Welcome to Fire Truck Rides. My name is Strome. I've been a firefighter with Morden Fire and Rescue for 10 years, and I'm going to be taking you through our Unit 144. This is our first new apparatus. This unit will respond to all of our calls. It's based on a Ford F550 chassis. This unit can fit 4 firefighters, driver, captain, and 2 firefighters in the back. And I'll be taking you through all the compartments and providing a little bit of an explanation of all the tools and everything inside. Our first compartment we have up here, we have our crash kit. So this is primarily used for motor vehicle collisions. It contains various tools. We use it for such things as breaking glass or disconnecting batteries, anything like that. We move on to, we've got tubs here of blankets and pads that we use to soak up any spills, fluids leaking, anything like that. We also have in the back here, we have various tool cases. Down on our lower compartment, we have chainsaw. That's primarily used for ventilation purposes at structure fires. We'll use that to make an opening and allow heat and gases to escape. We have mixed fuel and regular fuel just for our various tools. And here we have an electric ventilation fan. This is primarily used to clear a structure of smoke and heat, and just helps in visibility and prevent further damage. Moving on to our second compartment, up top here we have stop signs. That's used for traffic control, mainly MVC. Water backpacks. It's a key component of fighting grass fires. We'll fill these up with water, and that was that. We've got a portable ladder, and then we move on to some medical related items here. We've got a trauma bag, and we have our AED, our automatic external defibrillator. This unit will carry a first responder who's a trained EMR, and that's why we carry these medical related items. Down on the lower level we have foam, and we use foam as it provides suppression for fuel related fires or oil fires, and helps snuff out those type of fires. This bag here contains flares, and this is used for setting up a landing zone for stars. Anytime we have a call to stars, we will set up an appropriate landing zone for them to assist them. And we have just some goggles, face pieces there. We have water and some granola bars just to help us rehydrate and rehabilitate at long calls. And blankets here that provides a little bit of comfort to anybody involved in an accident, especially during winter. Compartment number 3, we have strainer. It aids us in drafting water, and various tow chains and tow straps, and a little bit of a working rope. So now we're at the back of the unit here. We have our pump panel. This unit has a 300-gallon tank, as well as an onboard electrical generator, which will power things like our portable lights and any electrical related equipment that we can plug into the truck. Here we have a booster line, and this line is commonly used for things like grass fires or maybe garbage fires, anything where we need quick access to water in a relatively close distance to the truck. This compartment contains 3 4500 psi SCBA units, one for our captain and one for each firefighter, as well as a portable lighting unit. And we also have hydrant wrench down there, and this is the booster line as I previously shown. Compartment number 4 contains bases for our traffic control pylons. Here we have a tool board containing a guide for our winch on the front of the unit. We have a standard axe, Halligan tool, a piercing nozzle, which can be commonly used for vehicle fires. We can put this through the hood of a car. We have the hose would attach here, and then we can extinguish an engine fire. It could also be used on structures, putting out fumes, and just a common sledgehammer. Back side of the unit contains crowbar, another pry bar, bolt cutters for gaining entrance to doors, fences, and then a long pry bar. Here we have traffic control pylons. This would fit in those bases located at the back of the unit. We have extinguisher here, and down at the bottom we have our primary set of vehicle extrication jaws. We have our spreader, cutter, and our ram. These are all battery operated hydraulic tools. We carry extra batteries as well as an auxiliary power unit for these. These simply power on with a touch of a button. Out. That gives you a bit of a sense of how quickly we can utilize these to free anybody who's in an accident or anybody we need to extricate. And located down here we have crib pack. This contains pieces of wood that we would use to stabilize a vehicle while we're working on it or doing any sort of extrication on it. And this electric cord wheel we could pull out and we could plug in any of the tools that we needed electrical power. Now we're on top of the units. We're going to go through the compartments here up on the back. We're going to start down here. This is a generator unit. So this is where we go to perform any maintenance on it. Next compartment over, we have the fill for our water tank. And we have our foam fill. So those foam canisters down below, we would dump those in. We've got 3 rolls of supply line, and we use these to receive water from any of our other trucks. Various rakes and shovels, brooms here. These commonly used for grass fires or cleanup after accidents. Here we have 1 3/4 attack line, 150 feet of it, and this would be commonly used for any structure fires or vehicle fires where a booster line would not be appropriate. We would need extra length or more water flow. Tucked in this little cubby, we have hard suction lines, 2 of them, and 2 smaller diameter hard suction lines for our quad unit. Still on the top of the unit here, we have an extra long pry bar, an extendable or a fold-out attic ladder, and a pipe pole. And pipe poles can be commonly used for pulling down things like ceilings during overhaul of a structure fire. We're in the back of 144 now. This is where the 2 firefighters would be sitting. Right in the middle here we have medical gloves. It's pretty standard. Use that to protect ourselves from bodily fluids and anything like that. We have our portable gas detector here, and this unit we would use primarily for carbon monoxide calls, but it can also detect oxygen and hydrogen sulfide, and we can also use it while we're performing overhaul, just to make sure we're safe in the environment that we're in. We have here riding assignments. This gives firefighters just a quick summary of jobs and tasks for different types of calls. Flashlights. And 3 portable radios. We have on the outside here, each side, we have high visibility vests, and we wear that at any accident scene. And it just provides us with increased visibility. Okay, I'm in the front seat now. This is where the captain would sit. I'll start up here. We have a small GoPro unit, and this can just record our responses. And we commonly use that for training purposes. We have, each of our units has an iPad, and this serves various functions for us, such as one, mapping, so helps us get to each scene. We use it heavily for pre-planning our responses to various large-scale commercial structures or things like schools, anything where we would need extensive planning prior to an incident. We also use it for various reference tools. We have hazardous materials and vehicle extrication information located on there. Moving down to our instrument control panel here. Across the top we have all of our controls for various lighting, for emergency lights and things like work lights and scene lights. We have radio controls here. We've got two different radio units. The first being our VHF unit, and this allows us to speak to each other as a department. We can also speak to neighboring departments in our mutual aid district. And there's a couple of other channels on here as well, school division. And public works. Moving down here, we have our 911 dispatch, and this allows us to communicate with 911 call center located in Brandon. Down here we have our siren controls. We have various siren tones that we can use. And down here we have a light system used for traffic control or traffic indication. This provides a directional warning for traffic approaching from the rear. And you can see various options we can use for that. So down here we have an indicator for our water level, and again we have a 300-gallon tank, so that'll show us the level of the tank, and as well as the level of our foam. This unit comes equipped with a front-mounted monitor. This monitor can be used in a pump and drive mode. We commonly would use this for approaching a vehicle fire to get quick water or quick foam on it, or applications like grass fires, which we could drive into a field, for example, and hit the head of the fire. So just like a game joystick, very easy to use. Below, underneath this panel, we have our thermal imaging camera, and the captain would be responsible for using this camera. We would take that into any structure fires, and it would help us locate any victims through heavy smoke. And it's very useful in identifying temperature differences, so we could use it while searching for somebody out in the field, or hot spots in structures, various things like that. Okay, we're at the front of the unit, so we have our front-mounted monitor here, and we also have down below we have a winch, and we could use that for pulling a vehicle out of a ditch, or maybe gaining access to a building site or some equipment. This concludes our tour of 144. Thanks for tuning in. Please stay tuned for our other units. Just pay attention in the upcoming ones. Thanks.